That's Mary and Shackles. I want to praise you. Okay, so joining me in just a couple of minutes, as I said earlier on, is Mr. Bevan. He's just arrived. We're going to be talking about the early years and going back to the 60s with lots of tracks lined up there. First of all, I'd just like to play Hosier's brand new track, and this is called Nina Cried Power.
It's not the waking, it's the rising. It is the grounding of a foot uncompromising. It's not forgoing of the light. It's not the opening of eyes. It's not the waking, it's the rising. It's not the shade, we should be past it. It's the light and it's the obstacle that casts it. It's the heat that drives the light. It's the fire it ignites. It's not the waking, it's the rising. It's not the song, it is the singing. It's the heaven of the human spirit ringing. It is the bringing of the line. It is the bearing of the rhyme. It's not the waking, it's the rising. And I could cry power, power, power. Nina cried power, Billy cried power, Mavis cried power. And I could cry power, power, power. Curtis cried power, Patty cried power, Nina cried power. It's not the war, but what's behind it. Lord, the fear of fellow man is a mere assignment, and everything that we're denied by keeping the divide. It's not the waking, it's the rising. And I could cry power, power, power. Nina cried power, Lennon cried power, James Brown cried power. And I could cry power, power. Billy cried power, Joni cried power, Nina cried power. And I could cry power. Power has been cried by those stronger than me, straight into the face that tells you to rattle your chains if you love being free. Lord, I could cry power, 'cause power is my love when my love reaches to me. James Brown cried power, Seagull cried power, Morgan cried power, power. James cried power, Leonard cried power, Patty cried power, Billy power, Dylan power, Woody power, Nina cried power.
Birmingham's own UB40 now, and this is their brand new single, Moonlight Lover.
You're my moonlight, moonlight lover. And when you walk alone with me, whoa, whoa, people say that our love isn't true. But to prove that it's true, I would die for you, and that's why you're my love.
You want my love, my moonlight lover. Me tell you, God, for it, 'cause you know me take a cover now. You want my love, my moonlight lover.
Whoa, whoa,
Then
is two, and later came three. Yes, girl, I'm talking about my baby. The love you offer me, you turn into a family. Now your dad, they see me in a different light, but me no will grudge. It's alright. Now and forevermore, there is no other.
You are my moonlight lover. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. There is no other. Ah, boy.
You are my love.
Come correct. It doesn't matter anyhow. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. You are my lover, my moonlight lover.
Yes, you are my love.
You are my lover, my moonlight lover.
Whoa, moonlight love.
Ah, boy.
You are my love.
She was my lover, she sway in the moonlight. Her daddy never loved it, he was uptight. But I don't care anymore what he say. Tonight we're gonna tango on the Champs-Élysées. First let me wine and dine you. After that me I go dance and caress you. Undress you with my voodoo. You should know by now, girl, I love you. Can't you see that you're the one for me? 1 and 1 is 2, and later came 3. Yes, girl, I'm talking about my baby. The love you offer me, you turn into a family. Now your dad, they sees me in a different light, but me no will grudge. It's alright. Now and forevermore, there is no other.
You are my moonlight lover. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. There is no other. Real man.
You are my love.
Come correct. It doesn't matter anyhow. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. You are my lover, my moonlight lover. There is no other. Ah, boy.
You are my love.
Come correct. It doesn't matter anyhow. Me tell you God for it, 'cause you love it and I cover now. Well, well.
Leigh Perry on Solihull Radio.
You're listening to Solihull Radio. We are online and on demand. And if you'd like to get in touch today, you can phone us on 0121 70 40 185. You can text the studio on 075 64 30 30 64. Or, of course, you can drop us an email on studio@solihullradio.com. So joining me this afternoon on Solihull Radio's live show is Mr. Bevan, rock legend. Good afternoon, Bev.
Hello, Leigh.
How are you?
Very well, actually. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah,
What do you think of the new studios here at Touchwood?
I know. It's the first time. Pretty amazing, actually.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Got enough space here.
I know. Certainly is. We could rehearse it for Symphony Hall, actually.
Yeah.
Might be easier. A few weeks ago, I was invited to UB40's surprise gig, which was at the Hare and Hounds, of course, in Birmingham. And that was back to their roots, because, of course, that's where they very, very first did their gig. So what would be taking you back to your roots?
Ooh. Proper roots, I suppose. When I started, it'd be back at Moseley Grammar School.
Right, okay.
Well, my first ever band, it was the late 50s, and I'd just fallen in love with American rock and roll music, so
yeah,
really hard. I mean, before that, I found music pretty, nothing. It didn't move me at all. Things like Dickie Valentine and, I don't know, Dennis Lotus, the Beverly Sisters or whatever. But then, once I heard Heartbreak Hotel, and I was only about 11 or something, but it just totally knocked me out. And then I started actually going to the Bull Ring in Birmingham and buying records. You could buy like 10 for £1. They were shipped over from America.
Yeah.
And that's when you discovered Little Richard and Ray Charles and the Everly Brothers, and it was just magical and it totally ruined my school career. 'Cause
I was just going to say, were you good at school?
I sat next to Jasper Carrot,
Yep.
which that didn't help. So we were both pretty hopeless, actually.
So were you bad behaved or just not good at school?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, Jasper was funny. He had a good sense of humour, even back then.
Yeah.
I was more kind of naughty. I got the cane a couple of times and the slipper, and that it was allowed in those days.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I used to. It's a very strict dress code at Moseley Grammar School, but I used to, basically roll up looking like a teddy boy. So it didn't go down very well.
So, am I right? Was your father a drummer?
Yeah.
Okay. And was he a professional drummer, or was he just,
Well, it's a nice story because I fell in love with music. For some reason, I decided I wanted to play drums.
Yeah.
Though I'd never picked up a pair of sticks in my life, and my father died when I was 10. So I had no knowledge that he was a drummer. And when I asked my mum, I said, I want to... In Birmingham at Jones and Crossland, there's this Broadway Sparkle drum kit, but it's like £35, which was a fortune in about 1960 or something.
It would be.
And my mum said, yeah, okay. Oh. and I started... And I found I could play, or at least keep time and stuff. Foot pedal was a bit tricky to begin with, and hi-hat. But we played with schoolmates, and it was then that my mum said, your dad was a drummer.
Oh.
And she said, and that's why your name is Bev, because his name was Charles Thomas Bevan.
Right.
But everyone called him Bev, and the band that he had was the Bevan Dance Trio. And
God, that's quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah. So
quite sad, actually. That's a sad story.
Yeah, it's a shame that he never saw me play. And
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
But
yeah.
What wasn't so great was, there was no such name as Bev.
No.
So I was christened Beverly.
Beverly.
So growing up in Moseley and Sparkhill, named Beverly, it was a boy named Sue. It really was.
Yeah, I can imagine. I expect a lot of people thought you were a girl in the same way I get people phone up, at work that are expecting to speak to a bloke, Leigh. And when I say yes, speaking, they nearly drop through the floor. But it is an unusual name, Bev, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
well, in the old days, when you had to tax your car, you had to go to go to the place in Birmingham, and they used to call your name out. And always they said, Miss Beverly Bevan.
Oh.
And I had to walk through all these blokes, Not good. Because I was big.
Yeah, absolutely. So you started to play when you were about 11, and you say you were in a band actually at Moseley School.
Yeah, we just a bunch of mates.
Yeah.
We had various names, kept changing. We ended up as Rocking Ronnie and the Renegades.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was. And we just played the Hall Green Youth Club. We got to play there for nothing, for free.
Yeah.
And then after about, our third or fourth appearance at Hall Green Youth Club, they actually gave us, between us, £2, 10 shillings. So we had 10 shillings each, which we thought, wow, you're having this
We've made it.
having this much fun and getting paid for it.
Yeah, I can't.
Fab.
What about Jasper? Was he in the band? Dare I ask?
No, he did a bit of roadieing for us.
Did
for a
he?
while. Yeah. And then we left school, and but I just wanted to be in a group.
Yeah.
And Denny Lane got in touch and said he was forming a new band called Denny Lane and the Diplomats. Asked me to join, but I went to work for a year at the Beehive. Because, you had to go to work when you left school.
Yeah, of course.
And Jasper came with me, and he stayed for 3 years at the Beehive. But I left after a year, and by 1963, the Denny Lane Diplomats were really quite big in the Midlands. And when we started, we opened for the Rolling Stones, the Beatles.
Gosh, did you? Didn't know that.
So we did. We nearly made it. We really did. We came very close.
Well, I've got quite a lot of 60s tracks lined up this afternoon. Of course, your CD as well with you. Dusty, were you a big fan of Dusty?
Absolutely, massive fan. I think she's the best female vocalist Britain's ever had.
Gorgeous voice, isn't it? The obvious track I've got here, Son of a Preacher Man. Okay, have another chat in a minute. Not that one.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he'd come and tell me everything is alright. He'd kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Lord knows he was. Yes, he was. How well I remember the look was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the slide, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we've grown. And the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, yes, he was. The only one who could ever reach me. He was the sweet talking son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me. I guess he was the son of a preacher. The only one who could ever move me. Sweet was the son of a preacher man. The only one who could ever move me was the son of a preacher man.
There you go, fabulous Dusty Springfield and Son of a Preacher Man. So get in touch today if you've got any questions or music requests. Just drop us a text on 075 64 30 30 64. And I'm talking to Bevan about the early years. So Dusty's one of your favourite singers.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you think about the Foundations? Did you know any of the members of the band?
No, I think we did. We might have done Top of the Pops with them
Did you?
in the Move days.
Yeah.
But they weren't a band that we in the Move days when we that was 66 really when we started,
Right.
and we generally were on the more progressive sort of side of music business. So we or the rock end of it. So we tended to work with people like Jimi Hendrix and Cream and The Who.
Yeah.
So we weren't really with on the pop side of things so much, which the Foundations, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, of course. Well, they're one of their actually founder members. Alan Warner was going to come on the line today for a chat, and actually he's coming to the show that I produced at Symphony Hall. He's going to play guitar on Build Me Up Buttercup. So that's
great.
really, really great. But yeah, I was looking them up last night, and they had two UK number ones, one being Build Me Up. So it's going to be great to do that at the show. And Richie Sampson, of course, that you met last time that we did the concert, has actually worked with them as well. So they've kind of, when they split up, I think he brought the band back again and they toured still as the Foundations with him as a founder member. So it's a similar sort of, 66, so the Move followed on from Denny Lane. How did the Move begin?
Denny Lane left the Diplomats to form the Moody Blues.
Ah, yeah.
So we carried on without him, or we changed the person out a bit, but it didn't really work. And then, in fact, I had to go back to work. I went to Keane and Scott in furniture store in Birmingham, and one day Carl Wayne came in and said, "We're looking for a new drummer," and I said, "Oh yeah, fine." And I'm expecting. And I said, "Well, if I join, where's the next gig?" He said, "Oh, it'll be next week." I said, "Oh, fine. Where is it?" I'm thinking he was going to say Solihull or King's Heath or something.
Right.
He said, "Oh, no, it's like a month in Germany, in Duisburg and Cologne." I said, well, I haven't even got a passport. He said, well, you better get one. So, and that was it. And it changed my life entirely. You know, I'd gone back to work and stuff, and who knows what would have happened. But, you know, instead I became a professional musician again, and went out to Germany, which was bloody hard work.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 7 45-minute spots a day in the week.
Wow.
And 10 the weekends.
10?
10 45-minute spots, yeah.
Gosh, that's
It was slave labour. It
that's
really was.
massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put a track on now, and then we've got with you one of the albums of the Move. So if you could just pick 2 or 3 tracks off there, Bev, and talk about what happened there. And that's live from Fillmore, I think, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 1969.
69.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick a couple of tracks from there, and I'll just put this on. This is the Foundations and Build Me Up, Buttercup.
I'll be over at 10, you told me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then I run to the door, I can't take anymore. It's not you let me down again. Baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. You are my toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I need you more than anyone, baby. You know that
Bit of class now. This is Ray Charles and Billy Joel and Baby Grand.
Late at night, when it's dark and cold, I'll reach out for someone to hold. When I'm blue, when I'm lonely, she comes through. She's the only one who can. My baby Grand is all I need. In my time, I've wandered everywhere around this world. she would always be there, any day, any hour. All it takes is the power in my hands. And this baby grand's been good to me. All right. I've had friends, oh, but they slipped away. And I've had fame, but it doesn't stay. I've made fortunes, spent them fast enough. As for women, they don't last with just one man. But my baby grand is gonna stand by me. They say no one's gonna play this on the radio. What? I don't believe that. I don't believe it. They said melancholy blues were dead and gone. But only songs like these, played in minor keys, keep those memories holding on. I've come far from the life I strayed in, and I've got the scars from those dives I played in. Now I'm home and I'm weary, and in my bones every dreary one night stand. My baby grand is coming home with me. Ever since this gig began, my baby grand's been good to me.
Love it. That's Baby Grand with Ray Charles and Billy Joel, of course. We're just talking off air. Bev, you've not heard that track before.
No, and it's beautiful. And
Isn't it gorgeous?
I'm a big fan of both.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen Billy Joel loads of times.
I have.
I managed to see Ray Charles once, and I've never forgotten it.
Really?
He was just amazing. And he had Billy Preston on keyboards. Billy Preston at the time was about 12 years old or something. Boy wonder keyboard player. Yeah, that's class. Yeah.
It is, absolutely. I've seen Billy Joel 2 or 3 times, actually at the NEC. They've renamed it now at the NEC. I was just saying, what a talent. He'd play, I mean, that's an amazing pianist anyway to play stuff like that, but he'd play the grand piano and he actually lay upside down on the piano with his hands over the back of his shoulders and played upside down. Then he'd get up, jump up, get hold of the guitar and play the guitar. Then he moved on to sax, and of course the whole time he's singing live. He's just absolutely amazing. Love him. So we're talking about the move now. We're having great trouble trying to find a song.
Well,
tell the story.
You picked this. The move. We should have gone to. We did very well. We had 10 hit records. The first one was Night of Fear in 1967, and then it was Like Near the Grass Grow, and then Flowers in the Rain, which was the first record on Radio 1. And we finally got a number 1 with Blackberry Way in 1969. But way back when we made it in 67 or even 66, all our contemporaries, people like Cream and The Who and Hendrix, were all going to America, and we didn't go. Our manager made a big mistake. We didn't go to America. And when we finally did go, it was 1969, and the band, we'd lost Ace Kefford and Trevor Burton, so it wasn't like the original move.
Okay.
It was still a very good band, but it was our one and only trip to America, and it was recorded live at the Fillmore West in San Francisco, which is a double CD, which actually it's pretty well recorded. But a lot of the tracks, we worked really hard on this show. Some of the songs are like, well. There's a version of I Knew the Grass Grow. We somehow make that last 10 minutes. Fields of People, sung by Ars Nova, is 17 minutes long.
What?
Under the Ice, which
Why?
is by Nas, is nearly 15 minutes. I don't know. We just thought that's what they would like to hear because they're very progressive. We weren't top in the bill. We were third on the bill. Second on the bill was Little Richard, and top of the bill was Joe Cocker.
Oh my god!
And we did 4 nights and recorded all the tracks. So we found one that's relatively short. This is only 5 minutes 53 seconds.
Well, that's quite a good time because I can pop and make you another coffee.
Okay, and this is our version of. Actually, it was originally recorded by Frankie Lane, a song called "Don't Make My Baby Blue."
Don't Make My Baby Blue. This is track 2. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to put one on that's 20 minutes long.
No.
Okay, let's try this.
I know that I can keep her. Now she's in love with you. But I just want to say I won't be far away. Don't make my baby blue. I know your reputation. The sea can't be too, no. So I'll be standing by. You just better try. Don't make my baby blue. Oh yeah. This little girl, she's an angel. And it hurts me to set her free, yeah. You better take good care of her. She still means the world to me. You know she does. Well, I'm gonna step aside now. She wants me to, oh yeah. But even though I'm gone, I'll still be looking right on. Don't make my baby blue. The sea can't be true, so I'll be standing by. You just better try. Don't make my baby blue. Oh yeah, this little girl, she's an angel, and it hurts me to set her free, yeah. You better take it, girl, but she still means the world to me. I'm gonna step aside now, just like she wants me to. But even though I'm gone, I'll still be looking on. Don't make my woman blue, yeah. Don't make my baby blue.
Go.
Heavy.
And that's one of the shorter tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened moving on, after the move? What was next for you?
Another person, when Carl Wayne, who was just singing that song, an amazing singer.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his photo now, and I'm just bringing a tear to my eye because he's been dead such a long time now.
Has he?
About 12 years must be. Such a shame. Lovely man. Anyway, he left to actually pursue a more sort of cabaret career, really. But he ended up being lead singer with the Hollies. When he passed away. But anyway, so we kind of replaced him with Jeff Lynne in the move.
Okay.
But Jeff was not interested in joining the move. The only reason he joined was to work with Roy Wood and myself. With the idea of forming a new band, but we had 2 or 3 hits with Jeff in the band. Tonight was one. California Man was another one. That was the last hit. But by the time California Man was hit in '72, we'd already had a hit with 10538 Overture with ELO. And it all got very complicated, and Roy left to form Wizard.
Yeah.
and then myself and Jeff virtually reformed ELO and did the very opposite of what the move had done, and we concentrated on America. And we became more popular in America than we were here. And our first gold album in America, what wasn't even a hit here, and a song called Can't Get It Out of My Head from the El Dorado album was a massive hit in America and not a hit at all here. But eventually it caught up.
What was the reason? You say that the manager of the move made a big mistake in not doing America. Why did he not go for America? Was there a reason behind it?
I don't. It was a guy called Tony Secunda, who again he's no longer with us either. But he was a very stubborn guy, and he kept. I don't know. He was asking too much money, or I don't know what the reason was, but we never got there. And
no.
If we had done, I think we would have done really well.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, that's all right. I've got a Jackson 5 track lined up, ready to go. You met Michael Jackson, didn't you?
Yeah. Got a very nice photo of myself and Michael Jackson. We did a show with ELO at Anaheim Stadium in Los Angeles to a lot of people, like 50 or 60,000 people. And the Jackson 5 came back afterwards, and we got on really well. He's a really lovely guy.
Yeah, I got that impression, and what a talent.
Oh, I don't mean, I've seen him live twice, and just for starters, he's the best dancer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As well as being an unbelievable songwriter and singer.
Yeah. I don't know whether you saw the DVD. It was out probably about 8-9 years ago. I think it's called This Is Me, and it was just backstage with Michael Jackson, and when they were rehearsing with his band, and I hadn't realised that. I mean, he would literally go over to the keyboards and say, "Now hold on a minute, stop, I want you to do it like this," and he'd jump on the keyboards and show them what to do, and the same with the drums and the same with the guitar. And I didn't even know he played all those instruments, but just incredible talent.
Extraordinary, really, yeah, but shame he got really mixed up, but but musically and visually, just extraordinary.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite Michael Jackson track, or were you a Jackson 5 person?
No, I wasn't a Jackson 5. I liked him. I liked him better when he went solo.
Yeah.
Then any of them, I love them all. Thriller or
Thriller.
Beat It. Yeah, great.
Absolutely. Well, this is an old one. This is Jackson 5. This is Who's Loving You.
Leigh Perry on Solihull Radio.
There you go. That's Jackson 5 and Who's Loving You. So it's 2:10 and I'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you'd like to get in touch, you can text us on 075 64 30 30 64 or drop us an email, studio@solihullradio.com. I've had a message come through for you, Bev, a big fan of yours. Her name is Emily and she's actually listening to us live right now in America. She's too nervous to ask you a question, but she just messaged me to say she knows you're celebrating your birthday very soon. So just to say happy birthday, can you say hello to Emily in America?
Yeah, thank you, Emily. Thanks for the birthday greetings. Yeah.
Keep listening, Emily. Thank you for listening to Solihull Radio. So yeah, we're talking about the move, and you've actually managed to find another track that's not too long.
No.
So tell us about this one.
Well, it's a beautiful song. It's a song called Going Back, which was written by Tom Paxton. And also, getting back to when we started talking about Dusty, Dusty Springfield did a version of this too. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's a lovely song.
Okay, here we go. And it's called, sorry?
Going Back.
Going Back.
I think I'm going back to the things I learned so well in my youth. Yeah. Think I'm returning to those days when I was young enough to know the truth. The time, no more electric trains, no more trees to climb. But thinking young and growing older is no sin, and I can play this game of life to win. I can recall the time when I wasn't ashamed to reach out to a friend. Whoa! Now I think I've got a lot more than just my toys to lend. Now there's more to do than watch my sailboat glide. But every day can be a magic carpet ride. A little bit of courage is all we lack. So catch me if you can. I'm going back. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now there's more to do than watch my sailboat glide. But every day can be a magic carpet. So catch me if you can. I'm going back. La 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 la. La 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 la.
There we go. That's another track off the album from The Move. Really nice, actually.
Yeah,
Lovely-
actually, no,
lovely
it's
song.
Jerry Goffin and Carole King song.
Ah,
Very
Carole
nice.
King,
Yeah.
of course. So that's why then, isn't it? Okay, so then we're talking about ELO, and we've got an album there. So how did that all begin?
It began as an experiment with Jefflin and Roy Wood working forever in the studio over the first album, and it took months because Roy was putting all the cello parts on one by one, and oboe and flute, all sorts of things. It didn't really work, that lineup. But then when it was reformed, that's an apt time. Actually, tomorrow is the funeral of Hugh McDowell, one of the cellists.
Oh, yes.
With
yes.
ELO. So I haven't seen him for a long, long time, but it's very sad that he's gone. He was a fabulous cellist and an amazing guy on stage. His stage presence was just phenomenal. So yeah, and the ELO just grew and became a mega, like a mega successful band. Or we toured the world and sold millions of records, and it was particularly, I thought, probably peaked at about, for me, sort of 78. But Jeff Lynne's out there now with Jeff Lynne's ELO and doing really, really well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Getting great reviews.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, very orchestral, isn't it? Like orchestral rock.
Yeah.
Very unique sound.
Yeah, well, but, a guy called Lou Clark used to do the orchestral arrangements. And we had a full orchestra,
Yeah,
and,
yes.
and sometimes a big choir. It was a massive sound. Yeah.
Very unique at the time, particularly.
Yeah,
Must have just been wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of Beatles influence in there, because they'd done tracks like Strawberry Fields, Day in the Life, and that they were very orchestral tracks, but they never put it on the road. They never did them live, and so we did basically, but
Yeah.
without a big orchestra, but still had a very big sound. Yeah.
Do you have a favourite ELO track? I know what mine is. What's yours?
I'm working with Quill now, and we do a version of Telephone Line on stage.
Yes.
And that's definitely one of my favourite tracks. And some of the other ones are probably a little more obscure. Standing in the Rain, I really love, and Evil Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I loved Wild West Hero.
Wild West Hero was lovely.
Because
yeah.
so different again.
Yeah, exactly.
So, was there anything that was really tough to play?
Yeah, some of the...
Quite complex material.
Yeah, some of it was, yeah. And I don't want to say it was tough, but we had to... We got so orchestral that when we went in the studio, just the four of us to begin with, I had to keep the drums really simple because I knew how much else was going to be coming on top of it.
Yeah.
So you couldn't
Layers
have
and
like really
layers.
fancy solo type drumming. But on some of the earlier albums, the drumming is quite complex.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to pick a couple of songs off the ELO album there that you particularly like. I've got another 60s track here, Scylla, Bev.
Okay.
I wasn't personally a massive fan, but love You're My World.
Yeah, I loved Anyone Who Had a Heart as well.
Yeah.
They're both. That's the Beatles thing. That's George Martin again.
Yes.
The production is so good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely love this song. So let's give this a whirl.
You're my world, you're every breath I take. You're my world, you're every move I make. Other eyes see the stars up in the skies, but for me they shine within your eyes as the trees reach for the sun above. So my arms reach out to you for love. With your hand resting in mine, I feel a power so divine. You're my world, you are my night and day. You're my world, you're every prayer I pray. If our love ceases to be, then it's the end of my world for me. With your hand resting in mine, I feel a power so divine. You're my world, you are my night and day. You're my world, you're every prayer I pray. If our love ceases to be, then it's the end of my world, end of my world, end of my world for me.
Leigh Perry on Solihull Radio.
Wish I was, the Wild West hero. Sometimes I look up high, and then I think there might just be a better life. Away from all we know, that's where I wanna go. Out on the wild side, and I wish I was. Oh, a wild man. Ride the range all the day till the first fading light. Here with my western belle round the fire what's right. The folks would come to me, they'd say we need you here. I'd stay there for the night. Oh, I wish I was. Oh, oh, the Wild West hero. Ride the range all the day till the first fading light. Be with my western girl round the fire, oh so bright. I'd be the Indian's friend. Let them live to be free. Ride it into the sunset. I wish I could be.
There we go, ELO and Wild West Hero. Oh, those chords, Bev.
That
chord progression is just gorgeous.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on that record. There's about a 60-piece choir as well as
Is
a
it?
massive orchestra.
Wow,
Yeah.
even you singing along then.
Yeah.
Should have put your mic on.
Yeah, I did. I used to do some bass vocals.
Did you?
on some things. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm going to put a long track on in a minute because I know you've got to go because we don't want you to get a parking ticket in Touchwood, do we?
No, we don't.
So just thanks ever so much for joining us here today on Solihull Radio. We will have to do it again. And all the best for what you're doing right now at the moment. Obviously, you're going to be on our show at Symphony Hall, which is on the 7th of April. And actually, you've got something coming up. We've got the posters up here in the studio. Tell us about the rock chats. I think it's next week.
Yeah, no, that one's not happening. But we are doing. Myself and Des Tong are going to do some various venues talking about the history of Birmingham, because we did on Made in Birmingham television.
Yeah, you did a series
where we drove around the old venues. Sadly, most of them are closed down now. It's a shame. The young bands these days have got nowhere to play. There's not many places
it's crazy,
left.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
A shame.
It's crazy. You haven't got a lot of choice. It's either village halls or it's somewhere like Symphony Hall or Town Hall, which are, as you know, a nightmare to organise. But so you're going to do that with Des again. Des has been in here a couple of times.
Yeah,
brilliant. And any idea when that's happening or?
No, I haven't got any specific dates, but I don't think they'll be this year now because the Christmas is coming, as you must have noticed.
I know. So about 6 weeks to go, I think. It's gone a bit mad on the TV, all the Christmas ads. So thanks once again for joining us here on Solihull Radio, and I'm going to put a bit of music on. Do you know of Peebo Bryson?
Yes.
Beautiful voice.
Yes,
Just brought a brand new album out, and I love it. I'm hooked on it. This is one of the tracks from his new album, and it's called Goosebumps.
When it comes to emotion, the heart will go where it wants to go. You need love and devotion. You gotta I take a chance or you'll never know? Now you might think that I'm crazy, but you are such an expression of love and affection. What I feel I can't deny, 'cause goosebumps never lie. I was lost till you came my way. Some scattered dreams and some memories, but you heal my soul day by day. Girl, you got me holding on to every word that you say. The chill I feel with you is so amazing. 'Cause you are such an expression of love and affection. What I feel I can't deny. I tell you, goosebumps never lie. Where make you feel? 'Cause you are such an expression of love and affection. What I feel I can't deny. 'Cause goosebumps never lie. You spend your life trying to find love. Oh, but you don't have to look. Love is gonna find you. Just play your part, trust in your heart, and I promise you'll know what you do. Oh, I can feel if you want me. You want me, you need me. I know it's right. Hey, hey, yeah. You give me goosebumps every time. When you make me feel now. It's a beautiful high. Oh, you give me goosebumps every time. I believe, and I know. If you want me, touch, I know it's right. Hey, hey, hey. You give me goosebumps every time. This feeling, such a beautiful high. You give me goosebumps every time. Love is such a beautiful thing. Yeah. Such a beautiful high. 'Cause goosebumps never lie.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Don't go, one of these days. Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, but if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice things to wear, but then a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. I'll always remember you like a child, girl. You know I've seen a lot of what the world can do, and it's breaking my heart in two, because I never wanna see you sad, girl. Don't be a bad girl, but if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice friends out there, but just remember there's a lot of bad air, beware. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. I'll always remember you like a child, girl. it's breaking my heart in two. Cause I never wanna see you sad, girl. Don't be a bad girl. But if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice things to wear. But then a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. I'll always remember you like a child, girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl.
Leigh Perry on Solihull Radio.
Everybody needs a little time away, I heard her say, from each other. Even lovers need a holiday, far away from each other. Hold me now, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me I can't let go. Couldn't stand to be kept away just for the day from your body. Wouldn't wanna be swept away, far away from the one that I love. Oh, now it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to know. Hold me now, I really wanna tell you I'm sorry. I could never let you go. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me I can't let go. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. You're gonna be the love you want.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
It's 2:45 and there's just 15 minutes left of today's show. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to Bevan for popping in and spending a good hour with us today. That was really, really great. I've got some great guests actually coming up over the next couple of months, including Birmingham's brilliant soul singer Ruby Turner. She's going to be joining me in January. Also Tommy Blaze. Tommy he's a singer in his own right. He's just brought a new album out. I played a track earlier and I've got another one for you to hear right now, but he's in the Strictly Come Dancing band, so you'll see him every Saturday night on the Strictly show on BBC, so he's going to be on the phone. Next Sunday I've also got one of the original members of the Foundations, Alan Warner. He's a singer and a guitarist. I'm going to be chatting to him. And next month, of course, is Psychic Sunday again, date to be arranged, so keep your eye out on social media. So yes, you are listening to Solihull Radio. We are online and on demand. Let's get another track from Tommy's album, which is called Life and Soul. Absolutely beautiful voice, Tommy Blaze.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, just watching the ships roll in. Then I'll watch them roll away again. Ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I got nothing to live for, and it looks like nothing's gonna come my way. Oh, 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 oh. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Like nothing's gonna change, everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, no, no. So I guess I'll remain the same, sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home, yeah. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Oh, oh, oh. Wasting my time, yeah, yeah. Like nothing's gonna change, and everything still remains the same, baby. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, nah, nah. So I guess I'll remain the same, sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. No, no. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this like my home, yeah, yeah. Sitting on the dock of a bay, watching the tide roll away, yeah. Sitting on the dock of a bay, wasting time.
Tommy Blaze and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay from his album Life and Soul. So we've just got 10 minutes left of today's show. If you're listening and you would like to be on a show here at Solihull Radio, whether it's on my show, I've got a show on Sundays, Sunday sessions 4 till 6, or with one of the other presenters, then get in touch. Drop us a line. It's studio@solihullradio.com. Just drop us an email and tell us what you do, and we can get you on a show. Or you can text 075 64 30 30 64 if you've got any music requests. A few more tracks to get through before the end of today's show, so let's put on, here we go, this is a duet, Ed Sheeran and Beyonce's version of his massive hit, Perfect.
I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Well, I found a man stronger than anyone I know. He shares my dreams. I hope that someday we'll share our home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be your girl, you'll be my man. And I see my future in your eyes. Well, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, while listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met tonight.
That's Ed Sheeran and Beyonce and the classic duet of Perfect. So it's nearing the end of the show today. This show you can hear again on Sunday afternoon at 4:00. That's Sunday Sessions with my special guest Bevan. And I'll be back a week on Sunday. I've got an emerging upcoming artist joining me to sing some stuff live, so that'll be good. As I say, if you want to be a guest on the show, then just get in touch and drop an email to studio@solihullradio.com. So thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed the show today. Have a good week. Stay well, stay safe, and keep listening to Solihull Radio. Bye. This is Shack Attack.
Leigh Perry on Solihull Radio.